Hi, I'm Nelly Tagar. Right now in Israel, many families are dealing with new challenges, including uncertainty, rising prices, and concern about access to food. For 23 years, Leket Israel has been rescuing healthy, fresh food and delivering it to thousands of people across Israel every week. Over the past 2 years, families who were just getting by are suddenly struggling. Your support from Florida helps real people. Right now, support Leket Israel. Help us provide food for people in need. For more information, Google Leket Israel.
Looking for property management that actually works? Meet Yoni and Sagi at VK Mode Management. We're Israeli-owned, tech-savvy, and we're changing the game in Broward. We own properties too, so we know what you need. From Airbnbs to long-term rentals, our full-service team, maintenance, electricians, and operations is in the field every single day. Great prices, no headaches, and you can speak directly with Yoni or Sagi whenever you want. Call us at 754-219-7915. That's 754-219-7915, or visit vacamodefl.com.
Were you hurt in a car accident? Before you call the insurance company, call Dean. At Dean Levy Injury Law, we know how stressful this time can be. That's why we guide you every step of the way with honesty, care, and experience to fight for what you deserve. It's hard to know who to trust, but at Dean Levy Injury Law, we treat every client like family. You focus on healing, we will handle the rest. So call me, Dina Ordin, for a free consultation. 888-613-DEAN. 888-613-3326.
רוצים להגדיל את המחירות בעסק שלכם ולהגיע לקהלים חדשים? הגיע הזמן לפרסם ברדיו הישראלי והבלעדי בדרום פלורידה עם פרסום חזק שיחשוף את העסק או השירות שלכם ללקוחות חדשים. לקבלת הצעת פרסום משתלמת במיוחד, חייגו עכשיו לרדיו הישראלי 267-237-2495 267-237-2495.
לכל האחים והאחיות במיאמי הרחוקה, כנאור ציון, רציתי להזמין אתכם באופן אישי למופע הסטנדאפ שלי שיערך ב-19 במרץ בתיאטרון בפורט לוטרדייל. כרטיסים באתר של יוני דביר, מקף-events.com. אוהב אתכם מאוד, ויאללה בואו, יהיה כיף.
השכרת רכב רק באפורדבל רנטל קאר, החל $30 על בסיס יומי, שבועי או חודשי. נוחות ושירות רק אצלנו. 954-830-3020. אצלנו תוכלו למצוא את כל סוגי הרכבים, גם פרייבט וגם ונים. אז צרו קשר עוד היום עם ארז. 954-830-3020. מחירים מיוחדים למאזיני הרדיו הישראלי.
שלום לכם, מה נשמעתם על הרדיו הישראלי, 107.1 FM. עכשיו 5:35, וזה הזמן ל-AI. שלום לגילה ליאדטו, how are you?
I am so fabulous. How are you?
I'm fine. Nice to talk with you.
Always.
One week pass. How are you, by the way?
It goes so fast. I'm good. I mean, I'm feeling for everybody in Israel, my family, and everybody that's there. But outside of that, I'm doing very, very well. How about you?
Fine. I'm a little bit sore. I think this Pesach I'm going to be alone. Generally, my parents is coming and they cook for me. They're here making relationship with my kids. It's nobody here. I'm going to be alone, and it's going to be sad. And I like my parents is here, and it's sad. They miss the grandchild. The grandchild is living here.
Of course. Your parents are wonderful. So, but we'll figure out something.
It's a problem. They need a flight direct from Tel Aviv to Miami. If somebody can hear us, have a private plane that can take my parents from Tel Aviv to Miami, he will get 2 years advertised on the station. I'm serious. If somebody can help my parents to come to make the seder with me, advertise on the station.
That would be amazing.
This is a really amazing proposal. I need my parents with me in Pesach. If somebody can hear us, I'm actually bring my parents from Israel to here. I will do everything.
Oh, that would be amazing. Your parents are lovely. I had the pleasure of meeting them, and they're
Thank you
really
very
nice.
much.
And maybe, I guess, maybe if not with them, then maybe we'll do something like we did the other holiday. So we'll see. You won't be alone. You will not be alone. I promise.
Yeah.
No,
Okay, I miss my
that doesn't get
mom's
that
food. Wow.
Your mom is an excellent cook, I have to
She's
say.
a chef, yeah.
She is. She's amazing. She's amazing. I really enjoyed it. So for everybody who's there, I know it's hard running in and out of the bomb shelters. A lot of people's travel got messed up, and so sending all kinds of love, and we're waiting with bated breath to see how everything unfolds. Yeah, and it is moments like this to bring it to AI that really remind me at least how important like clear thinking and thoughtful leadership and what we can do to have a better quality of life in the time that we have is really important. So I think we can. I'm always about bringing AI to making our lives better, right?
Yeah.
So now I went to this amazing event on Saturday. I coached. I was one of 5 coaches over there, and it was really, really powerful. Also, was all the AI. Always still love staying connected, and something that kept a theme that kept coming up is something that actually we've talked about here before, that I really encourage everybody to, not use AI just to hustle harder and make more output, right? But really, because with that, we'll just get ourselves to decision fatigue, and it's just too much. So I really encourage everybody to start thinking, if you haven't already started thinking about AI in that different structural leadership way. And that's, again, today, a lot of what I want to talk about, because AI, it's not just changing what we can do, it's changing how we think, how we can think, how we, what we have access to. It's really amazing.
Okay. What were you going to talk about today?
All right. Well, first I'll remind everybody what we talked about last week, which was we talked about, AI agents and how powerful, even in the last 3 months, things have changed, and the importance of keeping the security, thinking about security as you are giving different agents and connections different permissions. It's really, really important to think about that. So I am taking this moment to remind everybody again, and just think about it, especially, for those of us who have children who are on our devices, and they just push buttons, they don't even think twice. So you really, really want to think about that. And then we'll move into today.
Okay, great. So
all right. Okay. So again, what I really have been thinking about, especially since this event that I went to, is that the pressure today, it's not just about speed. It's really, people are really starting to understand the importance of prioritization, right? Deciding what to do when and sequencing things appropriately, because very few of us at this point can get done everything that we, have on our lists or want to get done. So, and when you add on top of that how AI has really accelerated everything and has given us access to so much more information and the ability to increase our output, what really is so important to get very clear on is that it's clarity, generally, stepping back and understanding what's important, that will really make the difference in your experience with AI. Because I see so many people who are running and chasing, and again, it's like, then you start like, okay, I can do 100 times more, and then they find they're spending even less time doing the things they love, because they're starting to get, crazy about doing more and more. So.
By the way,
Yeah.
Can I create an agent through AI? I'm happy that you're smiling. You're laughing. Can I create an agent through AI that actually promote my business, that send emails automatic to millions of clients?
You can, and we need to talk more about, especially this new business that I've been working with other businesses called AI Experts for Business. That's one of the things we're doing.
But how we can track email address? It's also can find email address randomly online?
There are things that you can do to farm email addresses. But the thing is, you want
This
to
is what I need, yeah.
but you want to be careful about that because
It's spam.
you can't just go and start emailing people who don't have an interest. But there are things you can do to attract those people who would be good fits for you to your business, so that they come to you, right? So they make the decision, because that really changes everything.
So, okay, so maybe I have a project for you. Let's talk about it after the show.
Okay, I'm excited. Wow.
Okay,
All
great.
right. Okay, so along these lines of really getting clarity and taking the opportunity to think about how do you lead yourself through this, not just trying to hustle harder. I started to come up with this understanding of the idea of emotional urgency as opposed to structural urgency. Everybody, especially in marketing, everybody talks about creating urgency so people will buy from you and all of that. And I really started to dive deep with the business owners and the leaders that I'm working with about this idea. So, basically emotional urgency, and tell me if you can relate to this. It's where you start to feel, panic. You're very reactive about what you're going to do. You're thinking very short term, right, about what needs to get done. And then there's the idea of structural urgency, which is really like clarity based. You're thinking more long term. You're more deliberate, and it can make such a difference, right, when you are not just reactively doing things, but you take the time to step back and step into that structural urgency. One of the challenges, though, can be that there are a lot of people who, if they don't feel like they have that fire lit under their butt, right, from the emotions, that they don't work very well. A lot of people feel like they need that. But it's really powerful when you can move away from that and move into the structural urgency and really understand making this move may not feel as I don't feel like my butt's on fire, but if I do it, it's going to have a really beautiful domino effect. So leadership really is about that structural urgency. And as I've been helping businesses understand how to automate, what to automate, we're seeing that makes a real difference. So again, the real power of AI, of course, there is speed, but it's not just in the speed. It's the clarity that you have when you start creating these things and using the tools. The second concept that I really wanted everybody to start thinking about more, and it goes hand in hand with the emotional versus structural urgency, is that idea of tasks versus infrastructure, right? Like most people are using AI just for tasks, just to do more, just to answer, write emails, summarize notes, things like that. And that's really useful, and it's a great step up. But the people who are really, really winning now, they are doing something very different, and they are the ones who are using AI not necessarily just to do more work, but to build cleaner systems, because systems really allow you to step away, right, and know that things are still working and working effectively. And also because tasks, they disappear when they're done, but the infrastructure that you build and the systems, that really compounds when you do it. So, I think I've talked before on previous segments about how when you are training AI, there are studies that show it can take 3 times as long to train AI effectively as it does a human. But the thing is that once you put that time and effort in and you really get it trained the way you want in whatever capacity, you have infinite scalability with what you're doing. So it's so worth it and so powerful. And I think we talked here also about the idea of Google Brain versus what I call AIM, the AI mindset. And with Google Brain, you're thinking about I just need to answer my emails. With what I have coined AIM, the AI mindset, you're going and you're looking and you're thinking, okay, how can I create a system and a process that will streamline me responding to all my emails, not just, one at a time. So these are things that I think people really need to start thinking about, because AI becomes so powerful when it organizes information, it identifies patterns, it helps you see the bottlenecks and understand how to clear them, and just structuring thinking. So I really want to encourage everybody to think about the fact that AI really should reduce chaos and not just multiply your output.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
I think so. Okay, so that brings me again to Thrive, this amazing event that I went to over the weekend and I coached at. And one of the things that was so interesting, and I loved hearing, I got amazing feedback for my sessions. I had the opportunity to work with about 35 people one-on-one that day, and it was super powerful. But what was so interesting was almost nobody there knew about a tool that I have talked about many times here, which is Notebook LM. Have you tried it yet, Nissan?
No.
Oh gosh, you have to try it. Okay, we're going to
Explain to me, what is this exactly?
Notebook LM. Have you been? You haven't been paying attention?
Yeah, I'm paying attention, but explain. I want the audience to understand.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so Notebook LM is a Google product. And it's basically like endless digital notebooks, right? Mm-hmm. And what it does is it allows you to put your information and sources into Notebook LM, and then you can use it in so many cool ways. It originally really got popular with people who wanted to study because it can create quizzes for you and flashcards and memory maps about things that you're studying. So that's where it got really popular. But it goes, and you can put a source in there and have it create an audio. Like you can put an article and it will create an audio that sounds like a blog post of two people speaking, but they're not just taking the words and reading it.
It's like a podcast.
Yeah, but so, you have an article that's written like an article, and now it turns it into a really interesting conversation between two people. It's so cool. And the other really neat thing, which we've talked about here before, is that something really special about Notebook LM is it will only use the sources that you put in. So you don't have to worry about hallucinations, right? You don't have to worry about it making things up. It will just pull from what you gave it, and it will show you where it got that information within, what you gave it. The other thing is also because of the connection, right, between Google and YouTube. You can put YouTube videos in there and also have it do amazing things with the documentation you already put, like, hey, apply this framework to, the information that I just put in. So like from your business, you can put, numbers or whatever you need and say, apply this framework, and it can help you work through the various things. So I was shocked, really shocked when I was in the room. It's hard to, you start to forget what everybody else knows when you've been working with something for so long. And I was really shocked to see how many people had never heard of Notebook LM yet and were so excited.
The first time I heard about it now.
No, so like I said,
it's good we have this show.
You have not been paying attention. I've talked about it multiple times here. Okay, good. So for those of you who also either maybe it's your first time, Notebook LM, it's a Google product. If you are in your Google account, you can look on the upper right-hand side where it has that little waffle, the nine boxes. And if you drop down in there, you'll see an option as you scroll down for Notebook LM. The other thing is if you have a Google Workspace account and a free account, make sure you're logged in under your Google Workspace because you get free Pro. Same thing with Gemini also. So it's really worth going in, although the free version of Notebook LM will give you amazing things. So yeah, people were really excited for all of the things that Notebook LM can do, the way you can organize everything, because I was sharing already that clarity really creates momentum, and I saw people do some really cool things, even just in the time that we were together there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll give you a few more suggestions of things that Notebook LM can do. It can extract patterns. It can help you identify bottlenecks in something you're doing, and it can give you amazing insights on whatever you put in there. So really, it really helps to just take things to a next level. So go use it. And in your personal life, you can like organize your learning, as I was starting to say. You can manage your research and track your projects. And on the professional side, you can do really get client knowledge and meeting summaries and all kinds of stuff, because
Too many tools, not a lot of time.
well, that's why I really, really encourage people to limit the number of tools. And I really don't talk about that many different tools here on the show. I just talk about deeper ways that you can use them and how powerful they are for exactly that reason. So we're getting to time, so I will quickly share one other thing that I really am excited about. This, on the 12th, I am going to an event called Revival, and it's a wonderful Jewish woman who has done these events in Canada, and it's going to be at the Lotus Clubhouse. It's going to be amazing. You know, I find that...
I know Lotus is a nice place.
It's a
nice community.
It's very nice. It's a beautiful community.
$1.6 million starting house. I'm just kidding.
So I'm going to be at that event just as an attendee, and I strongly encourage any woman who's interested. It's going to be focused on real connection and transformation and thoughtful conversations, and especially I feel like today, in this day and age, just being in person with people and meeting other great people from our community, other Jewish people, is a beautiful thing to do. So if it sounds like something you're interested in, reach out. Everybody can reach out to me, the Facebook page, gila@globalai.com, or 561-257-4551. 561-257-4551. So before we finish up today, I will just recap the ideas of urgency, like really balancing emotional urgency versus structural urgency, and having AI help you get into structuring things better and differently for more powerful results in your life, and the clarity that it takes to do that and to make the tool so much more effective. Because as AI becomes more powerful and more connected, the real advantage is not going to come from just using the tools. It's going to come from accelerating who you are and bringing clarity to it. So yeah, that's going to be the real advantage, and it will come from how clearly we think about them, how intentionally we design the systems around them, and how thoughtfully we lead the change that we create. So if you're integrating AI and you want to move from reactive urgency to structural clarity, talk to me. All right, I'm here. I'm so excited. And also let us know about other specific things you'd like us to cover, because we're always happy to cover what our listeners tell us they want most. So remember, AI scales capability, but it's leadership that will determine what that capability builds.
And we want to hear some comments about this show. 267-237-2495. Give us a comment, and the first person who give us a comment maybe will win breakfast for 2 people in Grand Cafe. 267-237-2495. Gila Liadato, thank you very much.
Nissan Cohen, thank you very much.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
אם זה פשע, רק לאהוב אותך מודה נתפסתי, איתך אני לא צריך מזל, שומעים שתם I love you טרמינל.